You know what? I was just thinking about you guys here on YouTube, and I do a ton of videos over on my Patreon, but I feel like you guys need some special content too. So I'm over here, I'm in my studio office, and I've got a few projects that I need to get finished, and I thought you'd like to join me today. I have so many incoming items that I need to go through and look at and decide how I'm going to place them, where I'm going to go, and how to make this space a little bit more festive this time of year. So come on, let's go and have some fun together. Here's what's going on quickly in my space, and this is not tidied or cleaned up at all. This is what is on my desk, and I need to tidy for sure. So here are my three main projects. I need to swatch the stamp set. I do have this felt, a traveler's notebook. There are two elastics, and I got this as off Allie Edwards, and I thought it would be a great place to have my Tombow swatches and all my markers and stuff. So that needs to get decorated. I'm actually going to stick some stuff on top, and then I'm also going to swatch a few more markers. And then I am swatching. I guess it's a swatch day. I swatch all of my washi tape and this mini happy planner, and I need to swatch more and put them on my bulletin board. So if you aren't familiar with the way I organize my washi tape, I have them on two different bulletin boards here, and I use these flare buttons that I get from Coco Daisy, and I just stick them in the cork. And then I have some of these, which I'll show you in a second, and I get everything labeled and put it up here. And I also have a tag that designates what page in my happy planner those are. So these are always not just decoration, but they're always available for me to use. And I use them a ton more than I did when they were in the drawers. So I have one last spot over here, as you can see, and I'm going to get that ready. Last project is using these little tiny magnets. They are so small, and using some of those extra flare buttons that I'm not currently using and adding them to decoration on my bulletin board. So I have lots to do, so let's go ahead and get started. This is a sample of the April booked for spring stamp set that Coco Daisy has sent me. Now, I do have a stamp subscription, and I got it after that this was mailed to me. But they also said, you know what, we have an extra one lying around. It's a sample. It's not the real one, or we can't sell it. So would you like it? And I said, absolutely. So we're going to swatch this, because normally they would have like the actual pictures of all of the stamps in black on the front. And I've never seen a sample before, so this is new to me. I'm just going to go ahead and ink this all up. We're going to flip this paper over. This came with the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp onto here, and I think it's going to work. So other than that, I'm just going to prime the stamps. Usually it has like this weird film on it. All stamps have that weird film from the photopolymer, the stamp process. And so I'm just wiping that off real quick. If I had an eraser, I would use it, but I don't. So this is where I'm going to grab my ink pad. I'm just using my regular VersaFine ink. Now, I've seen a lot of people, swatch these into notebooks, and I think that would be a wonderful idea. I really, really need to start swatching more of my stamps. So maybe this will inspire me to get that going, and maybe in, just an empty A5 journal. I mean, that's really all I need. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my paper, and I'm just going to gently set it down. And I'm okay with this not being perfect. All I want to do is be able to see those stamps a lot clearer, and this might help. So it's just a regular piece of Coco Daisy cardstock, I'm guessing. And she just threw it in there because this is not a limited edition stamp. This is just the booked for spring stamp set. Do it one more time. I'm going to flip this over, make sure I have it all on here. I only get one shot, right? So I'm going to pull this up. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Oh, and it worked wonderfully. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off. I just use a rag. Now about the backing, I can certainly stick this paper back on there, but I want something a little bit more fine-tuned and finessed for the back, just so I don't have to worry about it inking all over my counter like I just did. So I grabbed a piece of acetate from my stash. I'm going to go ahead and cut this to size. So we will have a proper back that goes with the front. And so those stamps should stick onto here. And the cool thing about acetate is I can see through it. So just gonna cut this. All right, that's perfect. That'll work for me. And then instead of, I mean, this certainly could work, but I'm gonna stick this on the front so it would tell me what the stamp set looks like. Oh, it's so good. What a great stamp set. That is gonna be great. Okay, so now that that's done, that was a quick and easy one. I'm gonna move on to my next thing, which is my traveler's notebook. I need to decorate the front, and I can even have stuff on the inside. I've been saving for quite a while all of the little adhesive, I don't know, there's patches, I guess, from Cocoa Daisy. I've been keeping them and waiting for the right moment to use them, and I have finally figured it out. Sometimes you just have to wait until inspiration strikes, and that is what's going on today. So I just keep a lot of these, what I call it, this is my goodies bin. I keep a lot of the fabric that I don't use, the 3-dimensional dots, and then the pockets all go in this bin, along with the flare buttons, which we also are going to use today. So kind of makes it all worthwhile, really easy projects. All right, I'm gonna move these off to the side and we'll sort those in a second. Summers and springs, winters. Isn't that gorgeous on this gray? If I had my own way, oh gosh, so pretty. That would be fun, right? Like right under there. Isn't that cute? I could do this right around there. I just love that. I don't know if I want to add any more. Isn't that cute just the way it is? I only have a couple left here on the back. I have this diner one. This was from June 2024. That goes there. And then I'll have my 2 little teacups here. And then there's plenty room to add more as I get them. I just think they're so sweet to add on there, and they're sticking really well. And here's my last teacup. And so the front, I just love. I think that's just spot on. Then on the inside, I've got this little cluster on this end, this one as well. And then I have these. Oh, it's so pretty. Maybe I'll make this the stamp swatch book. Who knows? We'll see. All right, that project is done. I'm just checking stuff off the list. Next, my flare buttons. Like, we get these with some Cocoa Daisy kits from time to time, and they do have like a pin back that goes on them. Sometimes I don't know what's happened to them, where they've gone. I think I might have thrown them in the garbage, but I'm just going to sort through and look what I can use for right now, because it is not sweater weather. It's not welcome fall weather. I can use some of these right now. Just let go, and then no fall, then plan on it, and then hello spring. So I'm gonna get these and then take my magnets, and I have a couple spots I was thinking about putting them. I was thinking I could add them right here on the side of my pen space. I love this little space that I have here that has all my pens and markers, but I want to keep everything kind of nice and tidy. So here on my pegboard I have for IKEA, I have this little strip right here that's metal along with this, and I thought it would be a fun little place to put some of our flare buttons to kind of dress this place up a bit, because it's looking a little bit unfun for sure. I I think it's adorable. It'll look great. It'll encourage me, and it really does add just a little bit of something extra. And I can change them out anytime I want. It's even encouraged me to put a little piece of artwork up there. This is just a piece of something I have from Studio Calico. I think it's a cut apart journal cards, but it looks really great. And then I put a piece of vellum behind just to kind of mute the tennis schedule, just in case I wanted to look at it out of sight, out of mind, but it just really does bring out all of the fun colors of this. Plus, I need this flare button to help me with my next project. The last thing I have to do today is sort and catalog or swatch all of these washi tapes. This is the last little bin I have left to fill in that gap right there. And you can see I already put my flare button up, and I already have my washi book ready to go. So let's go ahead and get started. My supplies for this are really simple. So these are the Michaels drawers that everyone seems to use, but I use these only for seasonal washi tape. And I also keep a regular running stash of ones that I need to catalog. And so that's what this is. And I do not separate by category, but I am going to separate by category when it comes to the washi tape from Archer and Olive, because sometimes it's a little thicker. It really doesn't act the same way as normal washi tape does. Like, it's hard for you to stick other washi on top of it because of its sheen. So that's what my plan is here in my washi tape book. I do separate out also just by color. So these are my swatches here for seasonal washi. You'll never guess what season this is. And then I have one, of course, for winter as well, and one for fall. Now, I don't swatch out my spring because I feel like sometimes when you have a floral, depending on the floral, you can go in multiple seasons. Like this floral, you could use all year round. Obviously, we have the cherry blossoms, but I don't want to separate them out based on what they look like. But that's just the way I want to roll with this. But they are color coded. You can see I've gone from orange to pink, and then I've got green and blue, and then I have neutrals. I do separate out my mini stripes and my mini washi, and then I of course have all of my solid skinny washi up front. So that is something I was just in the right mindset from, because sometimes I just want plain colored washi that's skinny, and this is a really easy way to find it. So everybody can always do their swatch books differently, but this is how I'm doing mine. Okay, time for a brand new page, and let's get started. I'm pretty sure the best part about this system is that I can modify and change things as I want. So I'm taking off the fan washi tape, and I've also taken off the objects, the washi tape and the scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and stick these on their own roll. I think that would work best. And then I'm going to add some teacups to that page as well, because again, we're working with objects. So that'll go on that roll. And then fans, also I took that off of another roll. This one right here, I'll take this off and add it to the new section, and it'll be perfect. Now I have a few more washi tapes. These are from Power Sheets, and they are specific to that brand. I certainly can use them with other things, but I wanted to keep them all together, so if I wanted to use them, I would know where they are in a one bulk process. And so I'll just swatch those here, and I think I'm just going to add them to the roll of 44, which I know is currently just objects, but there's plenty of space. So I know this is already objects, but it really makes sense to put these here for now until I have other things, and then I'll just move them when I need to. So I'm just going to label the page 44B, which is the same as the other one. And normally I wouldn't not know where they are on the bulletin board, but if I'm looking for something super specific, this really does help because it's in numerical order on my board. The last two washi tapes I have to swatch are these two. These are from Everyday Explorers, and they're really great for traveling. It's just like just putting a highlight in your journal. You could just use the washi tape for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add them to this roll. I don't know why it takes us so long to do these tiny little projects like this. It's so easy. And we just label this 49 along with our label here. So it's on page 49. And now we can go put them back on the bulletin board. I have my Archer and Olive washi tapes. Now, because I get the monthly subscription box, you get these in them. They're little cards, and it has just a little bit of washi tape. I'm not gonna put a full length, but I am just gonna make just enough that I can know and remember what each one is. Just like that, it's ready to go and get strung on. And I did move my washi tape this direction. I think it'll work better in the long run for space-wise. Plus, it's really just one length right here, and it's really easy to tear this direction. Ooh, I should use this washi tape this week. And that's it for my Archer and Olive swatching. And every one of these has a hole punch on top, or at least now they do. So I'm gonna go ahead and take two of these like I've done for all the others and attach them together. Now they're all together. And time to hang them up on my board. I'm gonna put my washi tape book back on my desk. Now everything is all accounted for. I have my last flare button here, and it's a happy birthday flare button. And a little quick story is I got one of those when I was in 2nd grade, and I saw that one in an antique shop, and I just had to pick it up. So many my childhood memories with that. Now my washi stash is all put together. I feel so nice and tidy here in my craft space, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks everyone, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.